Well, everybody, and welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak, where we were going through the rounds. We're still going through the rounds. I was
Very
expecting
well.
Reset to have fully turned around, so when I looked back up at the screen out of the timer, I wasn't expecting her to be sideways there. Anyway, let's grab the request we have here. Underground monster, easy as usual. Just, yeah, always a lingering scent. Anyway,
Hello, sweetheart.
My head is still spinning. So what? We've had the wool pulled over our eyes for going on 3 years now?
So it seems. Though this revelation coming from who it does is no surprise. I have to assume the commander, the second in command, and the archbishop were the only people who knew.
Damn bald-faced liar. The commander, too. What are we? Total strangers? You know what? I'm in the mood for a rematch. It's time to kick her ass for good this time.
not to rain on your parade, but the odds aren't quite stacked in your favor here. Where do the scores stand as of now? 2 wins, 7 losses? 3 wins, 7 losses, excuse you, and it's not staying that way for long. These two they were present at the Blacklight District. They're dressed rather oddly. Are you guys acquainted? Barely. What are you doing here, Spriggan? Ah, speak of the devil. Guess that chance at another meeting wasn't too far off. Got too hot under those hoods. Had to take a layer off. You wish. We were just being careful. Let's just say that we got a complicated relationship with someone who was also there. This is how we dress on a daily basis. Appropriate travel attire regardless of whether it's by train, airship, or otherwise. Oh yeah, the needle noggin priest I met way back kinda dressed like that too. Don't look like much. You don't much look like your usual traveling priest or sister, you know? There, I have to agree with you. Don't see what you're laughing about. It's just clothes. So... If I were to guess, I would assume you and Van share an acquaintance? You could say that.
What? You got a problem with us, punk? So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Cone Loan School.
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met. Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
Just met. You sure got an opinion on me already. Not very fair if you ask me. Don't even know who you two are. Guess we can tell you that much. I'm not pleased personally, but very well.
I'm Celise. Celise Ortesia. Just think of me as your average wandering priest. Pleased to beat ya, Spriggan.
And I'm Leon Balthazar, also a wandering priest. I've been assigned to support Celise. It is once again a pleasure, fine folks of Arkwright Solutions. Though, quite the heavy displeasure in your boss's case.
Give me a break here. We barely even know each other and you're already baring your teeth at me. Whatever, you guys already know me, so it saves me that part of the intro. But the gist is I take jobs from anyone, as long as they don't cross the line. Even if you two don't like me that much, I'll be willing to take a job for you two. Might even help clear up that nasty impression of me you got. It'll be up to you to prove us wrong. Do appreciate a man that sticks to his principles. Unbunch your panties, Arkwright. We're not here to pick a fight with you. I thought my heart was gonna beat right out of my chest. Those two are clearly not your average sister and priest. True, but I don't think that part about belonging to the church was a lie. It reminds me of a book I read once. I'll still need to update our records. The 4th and 11th are far stronger than our initial analysis results indicated. Hey, Arkwright, did you hear? About what happened 3 years ago? Celise. 3 years ago. Don't tell me that. Didn't say nothing? Don't pay me any mind. You're free to speculate amongst yourselves as much as you want, but we won't be providing any further info. Though we are in the same boat, our goals couldn't be further apart. I would at the very least appreciate if you took care not to bring up shame upon him. Gotcha. Something's going on here. Listen here, you can call me Sister Celise. Think of me as a wandering nun of sorts. How about a sermon for your poor lost souls? No, thank you. She doesn't exactly look like a stereotypical woman of the cloth. Nah, but I like her all the same. It would seem Arkwright Solutions is even more lively than the rumors say. I have to admit, I was fairly surprised to hear how widely varied your clientele is. I'd be more than glad to work with you all if the opportunity arises, Arkwright notwithstanding. Of course! Okay, seriously, either bring up why you don't like Vans so much, or knock the shit off.
What are you in the mood for? Come back and play?
Well, if it isn't Van and his crew, welcome dears, welcome. I'm entertaining some unusual guests at the moment, though I think you three might already be acquainted, no? Acquainted? Yeah, but they sure ain't getting a birthday card from me. Gonna guess they stopped by for some info. Good try, darling, but you know I can't tell you that. But I might be willing to relent this time if you ask nicely. I might even be willing to tell you that they're here to asking about A. You see, they have their sights set on a certain organization that A happens to be employing. Oh yeah? All the Garden's overseers got artifacts with them. It was a matter of time till the Septium Church sent someone over to try and recover them. You finally brought over the fresh new hire I've been hearing so much about. Catrish Silesian, right? You're one of Professor Hamilton's students, aren't you, sweetie? That's right, and you must be Bramati. I've heard my fair share about you as well. Namely about how you're a reputable information broker. It's a pleasure. I'll be providing technical support from here on, so I'm at your service if the need ever arises. Ah, what a peach. Trust me, the pleasure is all mine. You've got a full litter of pups to watch over now, don't you, Van dear? No more slacking off for you. Don't you have a cocktail to make or something? Don't worry, we all do our best to pull our own weight. I look forward to a mutually supportive relationship between us, Mr. Bramati. By the by, Dingo mentioned that he wanted to make a reservation tonight. He's celebrating something with that little miss he's been looking after. So sweet of him. I have something important to share with you, Miss Kokona. What's up? Oh goodness, is this contract getting renewed? Please, no. We're holding a Reader's Choice Poll in the next week to determine what our popular title is. There's a good chance Bravely Legends will be against the top ranks. Now I am certain it will be the first, so let's make sure your next chapter is the best one yet. I actually thought I might do a nice uplifting chapter next. I've got the storyboard here if you want to take a look. But what about the climactic fight against the evil organization? I thought it might be nice to ease off on the gas a little, story-wise. I could certainly use a break. I might be overstepping here, but don't you think this isn't the best time to diverge from the plot? We need to see Mia rescued from the enemy's clutches at last. That son of a girl I met releasing has been enjoying running a lot lately. She looks like the kind of gal that won't stop when she gets the ball rolling. That's why I invited her to Jess's concert. I just hope it can be something she'll enjoy just as much. Buddy, don't fumble. You're like winning here. Don't fumble the bag.
I guess we're off.
Word on the street is Wugen's a bit of a playboy. Just rumors, but something had to spread them. That whole thing with him going after that actress sounds kinda soured my opinion of him. He really built up with this professional image on the track, but now he's gone and throw it all away. You ask me, he should have stayed in his lane.
Very well. That's fair. That policeman looks so cool!
You guys again, huh? Sticking your noses into trouble as usual, I take it. But, well, I guess that's not always a bad thing. I do owe you for Basil. We were just discussing our cleanup efforts, and what we subsequently learned about the group's movements. Whoa, am I dreaming? I got props from a bracer and they're letting me in on some insider info? Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. I just can't stop you from listening in on us when you're right there. Something tells me that cold shoulder is just for show. Even the guild has to admit you played a large part in Basil. We lost track of their airship, unfortunately, but we did manage to ferret out other moves in the meantime. We've also been cracking down on their business ties and collaborators, which helped us make numerous high-profile assets. Yeah, that checks out. After the shit show in Basil, I bet the Cid wants these guys gone. That's good to hear, but I'm still bothered that we have no intel on them in terms of motives or end goals. Yeah, and what's weird is Messerdom's calmed down a bit. You think they're ramping up their activities there, right? The guild's trying to get to the bottom of that now. We want to figure out what the impetus is for the swing. Chief Roran has ordered us a high alert, in fact. Though that's just bureaucracy, really. At any rate, I do hope the guild takes our intel into account. Oh, we will? Hell, if we get it before they attack, maybe we can stop them from killing a ton of people. Wouldn't that be nice? It sounds like there's some tension between those two. I hope they can put that aside. Well, that was juicy. I'll have to keep an eye on how that all plays out. Incidentally, our mutual friend has been in contact very regularly. I just hope they keep things under control on their end. Don't quite catch your drift there, but I guess something's keeping the Cid busy. We've been doing our own investigation at the guild, plus prepping our own circumstances against you-know-who. Feels like Elaine's been digging a bit deeper than the rest of us, though. Apparently she's even doing her own research after hours. Talk about dedication. She needs to make sure she doesn't burn herself out. Our ties with the Cid? Well, I wouldn't know much about all that, honestly. All the groundwork for that was already laid out when I joined. Though I know some of my fellow officers have some strong opinions about it. But Colorado... there's quite a few connections to the Cid branch that we work with. That's made things much easier.
Honestly, though, with the uptick in fraud and scams lately, I feel like citizens aren't taking street smarts seriously anymore. This is gonna sound a bit morbid, but those regular attacks back in the day made everybody more alert and aware of their surroundings, I feel. I think with things booming the way they are, everybody's letting their guard down. Not to say things shouldn't be peaceful, it's just opening the door back up for lowlifes and gangsters to take advantage of people.
I heard Almano's behind those terrorist attacks on Basil and Anchorville. Scum bastards. We gotta tighten up our security and make sure they won't weasel their way into Edith. I did hear, though, that it was a private company that got Basil back up under control, and not the police. They can't complain as long as they're keeping the public safe, but I wish the Force could have put on a better show there.
A scam website? The mere thought just unnerves me. I've already had to swallow my pride and put in a request. Do I just have to hope someone takes it?
I think that man may have put in a request.
Alrighty.
No, it's just... no, this is a mockery. This isn't the Treon Tower at all. I have to put my all into this. I must put the tower's mystique to canvas, or that Imperial fop will have beat me at the concourse, whatever. I can feel burnout creeping into my body, but I banish it. I can't give out until I've cracked the tower's code.
Do you need something? Please come again.
Forgive me, young miss. I have failed you. I was entrusted with her safety and I could not protect it. My only solace is that the president found an opportunity to show the young miss his love. That she's always in his heart, come what may. I cannot express how deeply it moves me to be able to help them.
I think those two over there are on a blind date. See them over there?
She looks like she hasn't gone on that many dates before. Kinda awkwardish, but there's something cute about that. Him, on the other hand, that young man's got all it figured out. Just look at how he carries himself. A real cock of the walk. Even if they don't have the chemistry, it'd still be a good learning experience for her. It's nice to get out there. Oh, thank you again for the other day. I mean, I'm sure Eddie would have kept me safe, but still, it was all worth it to find out that my father really does care about me. Looking at it like that, I think it ended up being a valuable experience.
You're a teacher at Animus. That's incredible.
Oh, it's really no big deal. My career is only just getting started, even though I'm in my 30s.
Your students are in good hands, I bet, with a teacher like you. I must say, you've piqued my curiosity, my fair lady. What do you do when a particularly naughty student misbehaves? How do you rein them in?
Oh, well, I teach PE, so it's mostly just physical stuff. I call them out and have them do 30 laps around the grounds. But I've got my trusty wooden sword on hand too, so as long as I don't go totally corporal on there...
What?
Oh no. Now I've gone and done it. Should have kept my stupid mouth shut. What's Miss Sonia doing here?
Single and mingling, if I had to guess. Looks like it ain't going so hot, though. A wooden sword. Did I hear that right?
I'm dead. I'm slain. 3 months finding my time for a hot date and I blew it. Radio smite me. We're eyeing the global marketplace for our next step. Once we secure our footing here in Calvert, with that in mind, please do prioritize these bills and amendments that when you secure the majority in the next election. We'll support you on our end however we can.
Yes, fair enough. Your industry presents interesting opportunities for our party. It's time we embrace this new economic age. That said, you need to keep the bigger picture in mind. If you case the short term, you may lose the sight of the long term. We can address your immediate legislative concerns, of course, but we should do so in a forward-thinking way now.
I understand that, but surely we can't overlook the short term. The market is awfully turbulent. We need to strike when the iron is hot. Incidentally, I do have these sweets from Quincy Bell if you'd like some. And for your help, we'd be happy to welcome you to the Altamira Hotel for some well-deserved rest.
Give it a rest, Jennifer. Retract that little offer at once, and I'll pretend I never heard of it. You're a talented businesswoman. You should know better than anyone to butter me up with cheap favors.
You're right. I'm sorry. I got a bit too anxious there. I need to cool my head. Forgive me.
Now, don't let anyone tell you Jennifer's a bad businesswoman, but she does tend to hyperfixate on individual issues over the bigger picture. Until she can step back and look at the broader problems, she'll find it difficult to work with people.
I can't believe myself. Did I really just try to do that? And how low will I sink if I don't put a stop to it? But I've made this bed, now I have to lie in it. Our actions at the bank have all boiled down to winning the Republican Party's favor. If we were to convince them to amend these trade laws, the market would be all but ours after the next election. I guess I let that blind me.
Our thanks for helping rescue Berselia. For all the trust Rumsfeld put in me. I let him and the young miss down. I brought shame to my post. Can't believe it all stemmed from their family dispute. How did things get so out of hand? I want to pay more attention to them going forward. If I weren't so impersonal, I might have been able to help her.
Oh well, things happen.
Oh, I'm so in love with
Welcome
this
to
brand.
Erland, sir. We have full confidence in our products. We await your next.
Carol's taking a break today. Evidently there's something going on at the share house in Old Town. One look at her outfit lately tells me something's weighing heavy on her mind. I just don't know what. I pray to Arusha that whatever she's struggling with, she gets through it and finds her way.
What do we have here?
Ah. Of course.
No more scent, which means we're done with inspecting bulletin boards. If we can take care of at least one job, I'll be happy.
Understood. I believe I'm qualified to help with the Orbital Network-related one.
I'm sure you're more than qualified. Looking forward to seeing you kick ass on the keyboard.
Both of these requests certainly sound intriguing. Hopefully you don't need to turn into the Grendel for them, though.
One can only hope.
And then you hear you just hear the intro play. Sasha got it right there, Aramis. She's playing ball up there now. But a few years back, she was here dominating these streets. I know who's all with you, but this will be a fun regardless. Been a while, hasn't it? I've been needing a little extra challenge in my life too. Once this is over, let's scrap a bit for old time's sake. I guess I see what Simon's getting at. She does have potential. But is it really worth trying to up the court for one-on-one with some preppy Aramis kid? I mean, where's the fun in watching a schoolboy go against our queen? Okay, boys. Quit gassing her up. Damn, Sasha, you really grew up, didn't you? You rocked that uniform. Dumbass didn't know what hit him, picking a fight with a firecracker like you. I think I'll watch this one.
Next, we have a song request from...
I really don't care about the students. I've told you that before. A private... You can't just blast Sunshine Coastline and not expect me to listen to it. You cannot blast one of the best JRPG tracks of a lifetime and not expect me to listen to it.
From our news desk. Hope you're having a good one, listeners.
Like, seriously, that track literally exudes. Is that the word? It just screams adventure begins.
Hey, welcome. Thanks, pal.
Hey there, you're just in time to try some of my new buckwheat soba. I got the real authentic stuff this time. Creole buckwheat just blows me away every time. I don't know how they do it. With Eastern imports getting hard to come by, Creole's really the only place to get authentic buckwheat.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave them alone. I don't care about this stuff. Let's get some progress in the
on our way.
Tyrell district.
Hey, did you read this month's Buzz Raider? I haven't yet, but my friend told me that they wrote about Judith Lanster. At first I was shocked by it, but the more I think about it, maybe it makes sense. You know what? Totally, I hear ya. Judith Lanster sure is famous, getting people to talk about her as much as they do. I feel like I've been hearing her name come up a lot more these past couple of days. I know. I wonder if something happened to her.
What, feeling a little concerned?
I suppose so. It's hard not to worry when people are speculating about her so much. Are you a fan of hers, Agnes? I am, but that's not the only reason I'm concerned in this instance. Those two were discussing the contents of Buzz Raider, yes? I've seen that magazine on newsstands from time to time.
Yeah, it's something of a rival to Mel, the place that Dingo works for. Buzz Raider's got more of a dicier rep by comparison. Gotta take their stories with a couple grains of salt and then some. But it's always got people those guys manage to actually dig up some sort of scoop about Judith. For better, or worse. If you guys are that curious, we can always buy a copy at the bookstore. You can consider another way to gather intel.
You rely on even tabloids to gather your information. Is that really such a good idea?
Hey, don't get me wrong. About 90% of what they publish is bullshit. But it ain't smart to write off rags like that altogether.
I just want to know if something happened to her, at the very least. Hopefully Buzz Raider can explain what.
Let's go ahead and swing by the bookstore later. Pick up a copy. Don't hurt to check it out.
Karen tries to act like she isn't bothered, but she is. It's written all over her face. Not that I mind if she is. I just wish she put it all to the side while we're supposed to be out patrolling. Anyway, you can be sure we'll be keeping a sharp eye out so no trouble slips past us on our watch. Can't have you guys hogging all the glory. I had a feeling people were in a weird frenzy this morning, but I didn't think the reason was because of some celebrity scandal. Part of me wants to write all that off as just some dumb noise, but Between you and me, we do have some investigators in our ranks who are playboys. If someone on the force ended up on a tabloid, I'd probably take it a little bit more personally. We are talking about colleagues here, after all. Still, I don't know if Buzz Raiders doing themselves any favors by attracting so much ire. They're playing with fire, if you ask me. If they end up getting raided because of something dumb they did, I hope I don't get roped into it. But knowing my luck...
Alrighty.
Maxim did what to Judith Lanster? I know people said he was a womanizer, but I thought he was still a good guy deep down. Guess not. What a bummer. Maybe it's just a bunch of haters trying to spread lies about him. Probably not. I feel so let down.
Too bad, sweetheart.
Judith Lanster and Maxim, what's his name, are an item now? For real? Talk about eerie. What the heck happened? Was she crying about losing the Best Actress award and then he pounced or something?
I don't know about that. I get you're shocked, but I wouldn't jump to conclusions if I were you. It was Buzz Raider who broke this story. They're a pretty nasty bunch. Every talent agency out there's blacklisted them for a reason. Not to mention, this is pretty sensitive stuff we're talking about here. The line between a celebrity's private and public lives is kinda hazy.
You actually sound like you know what you're talking about for once, Peter. What gives? Did you eat something weird today? Oh, did you not know? Then again, Peter's not one to really bring this kind of stuff up. Anyway, I know he doesn't look it, but his dad's the president of a talent agency. He's practically entertainment nobility. Would you knock it off about my looks? Sorry I'm not as hot as I'm supposed to be, I guess. I didn't mention it before because I'm not on the best terms with my dad. I only brought it up because I thought you two should know. No way, Peter. Does that mean you get to hang out with celebrities as much as you want?
I don't want to talk about it. Think whatever you like. Did San really not know about it? I could have sworn I told her at least once before.
One bullet can change your fate. Catch a revival showing
Peter's
of
so
the
bad at
smash
being
hit
direct that it always
Wolf's
gets him into
Revenge.
trouble. When it's not him getting laid, it's causing problems with his dad. We could have put this behind us a lot sooner if he had just come out and told us what he needed to do. Instead, he gets all sheepish and makes everything worse. I had no idea Peter was the son of an entertainment company president. That's hilarious. I don't get that vibe from him at all. But I guess it kind of makes sense the more I think about it. That explains why he knows so much about specific stuff. I gotta give him credit though. He doesn't really brag about it or anything. He's a pretty good guy.
Please step on up.
Did Judith Lancer and Maxim Woogan really... Really? No. What am I doing? I can't be bothering customers like this. They're here to relax. Maybe I'll buy a copy of Buzz Raider on my way home though.
Welcome. Thank you for your waiting.
It can't be easy being famous. I couldn't say whether or not that article has any merit. However, what I can say is that Judah visited our cafe some time ago. She was pleasant to serve, a perfectly normal woman. Fame certainly has a way of making a victim of its own success. It's unfortunate when it means someone can't carry on a normal life.
I can't believe how worked up everybody is in this city over such salacious news. Something like that would be inconceivable back in the Central East. I'm glad my son is at Sunday school, so he isn't exposed to any of this. I really don't want my son hearing such lowbrow talk from other people.
That's interesting. I've seen him hang out by the window all that much. Indeed, he does, though cats can be such fickle creatures by nature, as I'm sure you all know. Nevertheless, seeing him in such high spirits has always put me in a good mood. That's how he sounds.
Good grief.
Did you know?
Yo, V! Good to see you're doing well, Julian. Sounds like things are going well over at Aramis too. I see you haven't changed a bit either. I know you're always busy, but I hope you have some time to coach me again sometime soon. That'd be great. Sure, I can do that. Can't really say no when it's you. Maybe I'll see if I can get Elaine, Rehad, and Alvis, and Regina to join us. Make it a whole get-together.
That sounds less like a get-together and more like a recipe for an instant, if you ask me.
Not to change the subject, but you two know each other. I didn't realize that.
The next generation will
Yep,
inherit
he goes to
the
Thor's
title of
military
world's
academy.
fastest
He
and
does.
perfect driver too.
What? Oh shit! Yo, a Class 7 alumni? Yo, my guy. He's based. Julian's 100 times more interesting now. So tell me, are you the protagonist? She went there before I attended, but she and the other members have still done much for me. I wouldn't be the man I am today without all their guidance of my awesome instructor and the other graduates. That's amazing. When you say instructor, you don't happen to mean... Oh, I'm sure he does mean the big hero of the war. This kid just gets more and more intriguing the longer we talk to him. I know I'm not one to talk, but it's safe to say everybody who comes out of Class 7 is unique, to say the least. Anyway, I'm sure we'll run into each other a lot while you're here. If anything comes up, feel free to hit me up. I'll be happy to listen. Alright, I will. Thanks, Fee. Good to see you.
Indeed.
Kinda makes me sad when I keep sitting here and thinking that... You guys remember Jessica from Cold Steel 3 and 4? She was originally a Class 7 member and got cut. That really is fucking irritating. And so is the marriage endings that you could have had for characters in Cold Steel 4. I mean, yeah, you can't marry every character, but like, come on. Just, you didn't have to make a marriage ending for the... You shouldn't have been having underage endings for certain characters anyway, but still. I got a soft spot for Julian since we come from the same school and all, so I suppose I can give him a little coaching. Maybe I'll see if I can get Elaine. We had an Albus and... Okay, same thing. I really owe a lot to the older members of Class 7, especially Fee. She gave me a ton of useful advice when I first came to the Republic to study abroad. Instructor Dean pushed me to come too. I wouldn't be here without him. All the more reason for me to succeed, so I don't let people like him down. Bro, I tell you, someone already has the edited image where they see, like, a Reen, where they see Reen's name and they're like, Reen mentioned! Oh my god! The paparazzi are saying Judith Lancer and Maxim Lugan are a thing, huh? Give me a break. When you've been in the entertainment business as long as I have, you develop a pretty good instinct for what's legit and what's total You know what? I want to say shit, but I could just say crap.
Change history. Gloria, dawn
Anyway,
of the revolution.
but it doesn't take someone like me. Anyone who's been following both of their careers will tell you that getting them together is a stretch. The thing about entertainment is you're selling your name and reputation. Unfortunately, some people make their money by misusing it.
Well,
Entertainment's a dirty industry. You're selling people's names and looks when you get down to it. Pretty rich coming from a fashion scout, I know. The problem is, once there's a value to your name and face, people can take them and come up with whatever shit they want. Why do I keep just forgetting crap and saying shit? To put it another way, gossip rags like BuzzRadar are dependent on their subjects' notoriety. It's the only way they make a living. I finally finished reading my copy of Perfect Crimes by Perfect Perpetrators. I feel so strange. Why do I have the sense of loss now that's all over? I wonder if they're going to put on a new edition sometime. I need to contact the publisher and find out. All the normies are getting up in arms about some scandal going on, but me? All I care about are crimes. The bigger, the better. I wonder if they're going to put out a new edition of Perfect Crimes by Perfect Perpetrators sometime. I should contact the publisher about it. You know, I remember when I was playing Cold Steel 1 and 2, I had played the Cold Steel 3 demo like a couple months before I got to... Not like a couple months. No, it had to be a couple months because I couldn't have finished Cold Steel 1 and 2 like any faster than... Oh my god, if I sit here and try to think about it, I don't think I finished Cold Steel... When did I think the Cold Steel 3 demo came out in like November? Because I feel like I remember playing Cold Steel 3... Yes, I played Cold Steel 3 in April. Because that's when my birthday rolled around. And I had just finished Cold Steel 2 when my birthday came around. And it's funny to think about that because when Cold Steel 3 came out, in terms of console editions of the game, I was all caught up. You know? But then Cold Steel 4 came out, and it's like I had to wait for Christmas, and then, you know, we're playing Cold Steel 4, and they're like, oh, hey, here's Trails into Reverie coming, and it's like, oh, shit, and then they put the Crossbell games on console like I asked for, and it's like, oh, fuck. And then it's like, shit, I'm so far behind. I need to get back to the Crossbell games. My only problem with not going back to the Crossbell games is that, well, I have to revoice every single character, even though I could just put it in Japanese and go from there. Considering there was past editions of the game where you couldn't even do that anyway, fuck it. I bought her, right? It's not like it's gonna matter, they're gonna remake those games anyway. Marielle's got the day off today. She said she was going out to have lunch with somebody. I think... Wait a minute. Wait a minute! Could it be who I think it is? Oh, I'm crossing all my fingers and toes for her. Go get him, girl. Alright.
Well, I heard.
That stuff up in Basilica they sure caused me some problems. All of my contacts in Parliament have refused to speak with me recently. The Cid is like I've been pressuring them to keep quiet on recent matters. Well, it probably isn't just them. There's a lot of red flags about all that between Professor Cronkite being resigned and Vern's board of directors getting shaken up. Well, if my sources won't speak up, then there isn't much I can do except to wait and see how things unfold. When you go about this job the way I do, making compromises with the people you're dealing with is the price you have to pay. I wonder if my sister cares about what's been happening with Judah Lanster. I'm worried one of the editors is going to ask me to write up a story about that, and I really, really don't want to do that. At some point, everybody at the company's taking to calling me Super Gopher, and I want them to stop already. Oh man, I just remembered that there's New Game Plus stuff I'm gonna have to do in the game, and it's like, bro, I don't have time for New Game Plus anymore. I used to before, because that's during the times when I didn't have if I couldn't record, I had time to New Game Plus.
How about some nice
But
hello?
like, man,
Thanks for shopping.
I really ain't got time for New Game Plus anymore these days.
How about some popcorn? Hey there. What'll it be? See ya.
Though, then again, there aren't many games that I have needed to New Game Plus recently. It's not like I need to delete the game after I beat it, so if I need a New Game Plus and I'm talking to some friends, I can just go do that, you know?
Hello. Thank you.
It turns out these two are Agnes's classmates. They mentioned that they enjoy visiting cafes, so today I'm doing something a little different and serving up cappuccinos for a change of pace. I can only imagine how busy student council work must get. Hopefully they're able to relax and unwind a little while they're here. I'm sure they will. Nothing beats your place when it comes to that. Take good care of them for me, alright, Shino? Absolutely. I promise they'll get my absolute best service and then some. I told you her classmates are boring. I can't believe what everybody's saying about Judith Lanster and Maxim Lugan. That sort of gossip is right up your alley, isn't it, Sloth? You bet your ass it is. There are rumors flying around that Maxim was fooling around so much, the guy had mistresses all over the place. Nobody saw him bagging Judith Lanster, though. Makes you wonder what fate he has in store for such a power couple. Don't it? Don't it? You're practically frothing at the mouth, man. Apparently it's not so credible, so all this excitement will probably die down before long. Sloth's always enjoyed talking about scandals and stuff for some weird reason. I remember when some boxer got arrested for doing drugs. He kept going on and on about being the dark side of the sports world or whatever. He was obsessed. If only I could get him to shut up. Man, it's been a while since we had a celebrity scandal happen. That was wild. If we combine that with all the other rumors, I've got a feeling the truth will reveal itself.
Very well.
Do you know what?
I hope to see you.
Oh, don't mind me. I was simply mulling something over. There's something fishy about that whole scandal. Perhaps I should report it to the elders. Yeah, since this place is connected to Heiuei, and the more you deal with, the more I don't even want to deal with that place. There are some people you just don't want to deal with.
Thank you for your visit today.
Young'uns won't stop yammering on about that scandal Judith Lanster found herself in. An actor's job is to act out stories, not be a pentagram of mortality. But young people these days want to be as pure as the driven snow. I can't understand it. As if that weren't bad enough, I hear there are entertainers called idols that sell themselves on the exact hogwash. How embarrassing.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
I've had a handful of chances to talk to Judith Lannister, including when she came to our theater to promote Golden Blood. Though I may not have known her well, it saddens me to see her go through such a tremendous scandal. I suppose these moments come with such fame. It's becoming quite the headache for us, too. We now have people intriguing about the matter to us. Inquiring, damn it!
If you have a ticket, please
Putting all
proceed to the
that
entrance.
nonsense aside, this week's top recommendation has to be, without a doubt, Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution. It's a biography film about Sheena Dirk, portrayed by none other than Nina Fenley, who's sort of at the center of attention these days. Although some objected to a person of Eastern heritage playing such a role, I'd say she was born for the part.
Alrighty.
You know, there's a big difference with things like this. She's still kind of... I shouldn't get into it. I just shouldn't get into it. There's a rumor going around about a particular actress. It's caused quite the stir around the city. I don't really know much about the situation. We do sometimes greet the actresses in question, but it's not as though we're acquainted with her. So I can't say whether it's true or not. We just don't know any of the facts.
Every night I will save your life.